Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of ExcelR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a light classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. ExcelR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with ExcelR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if ExcelR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with ExcelR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank ExcelR for being a part of it.
very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later for my college, I get to know about ExcelR and I enrolled in ExcelR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher. He not only focusing on theory part, he is doing how real digital marketing works, and it was in total very good experience. I get so much of knowledge. Here they're not only focusing on study, they're also conducting different exams to test our knowledge. And as we are giving the exam, so to appreciate our work, they give certificates for the toppers, and along with the certificate they give hampers. Thank you, ExcelR.
Recently, I was searching for digital marketing courses online in Google, and I came across ExcelR, and I attended a digital marketing course which was for 15 days. My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped, so I came to the ExcelR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to develop, and the certificate has helped my company to join. Thank you, ExcelR.
I came to know about this course from my college. Actually, for learning platform, this is very nice, and I learned from here ChatGPT and AI from online. Vikas is teaching for me for AI generative and ChatGPT. We are using this technology in more. And after finishing the courses, I came for collecting the certificate. I seen the classrooms and faculties. Classroom is very nice. After the completion of exam, they will give gift and certificates. Thank you, ExcelR, for giving these courses. I learned a lot from this. I gained the more knowledge from here. And thank you for ExcelR for teaching us.
Hello guys, I'm Vikram Mahajan and I'm studying in Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology College, and I came across a training program which was mobile app development using Flutter, which was given to us by ExcelR Solutions. I came across this program through my college faculty who told us about this program, that it is a very good course and you should enroll in this course. So I enrolled in this course, and initially I felt really good about this course because they started everything from a very basic point of view, that even if someone who doesn't know anything about Flutter or anything about mobile app development can also learn the same way the ones who know about it are learning. So no student was left behind and everyone was given equal attention. All the doubts throughout the course were cleared. And if we had any questions also, we were like, the trainer was also ready to stay for a longer time than it was scheduled, even for the sake of doubts. So that shows how important the students are to them. So it was a really good experience with ExcelR's program, and by the end of the training program, I was able to develop my own application. And through the development also, there was another point. So our sir taught us about how we can connect our own mobile phone to our laptop and write code in our laptop, and you can see the output in your phone, which is really creative and interesting for me. I felt really good about that. So in the end, I developed my own mobile application. I showed it to my mother, I showed it to my friends. I felt really good about it. So I would really suggest ExcelR. I would recommend it to all my friends to take courses from here, as they focus on the children, focus on the students, and they focus on what's necessary, that is the students' doubts gets cleared and everything else. So today I came down to the ExcelR office to collect my certificate. So I got to know about what other courses ExcelR is offering. It included data analysis, data analyst, social media marketing, and full stack Java, and many more courses which were interesting, and they gave us an insight of how everything happens, and they take you through the course from the starting of the course to the end, and what next, that is placements as well. How you should be going into the interviews and how you should be approaching to companies, your resume building, and there were so many things which ExcelR is going to help you in, and they are ready to give you all the knowledge required even if you are a beginner. So I really felt good about this visit, and I would really recommend ExcelR to everyone who's listening to this, and also to all my friends, that I had a very good experience with ExcelR, and I would suggest you to experience the same. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Satish and I am from Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology. I am here to share my experience about ExcelR program. I took part in the ExcelR program that was conducted in the last month about the mobile app development using Flutter. What I liked the most about this session was the trainer started from the scratch. That means even the beginner who don't know about the basics of the program, even they can learn the most from this program. It gave me hands-on experience by developing a project which was the final outcome. Thank you ExcelR for giving me this opportunity, and I would also recommend all my friends to take part in the ExcelR programs. Thank you.
My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with ExcelR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at ExcelR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what ExcelR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident, and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and ExcelR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Yes, sir, you can start.
Yes, thank you. Hey guys, good afternoon. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Anyone can confirm? I'm audible to everyone. Thank you, Kalyani. Okay. See, yeah, okay. Thank you, Lalita. Okay, let me share my screen. See, in yesterday's class, we have discussed about cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Uh, what is cloud computing? And also, what is AWS cloud provider? And also, we have discussed EC2 uh, service also. Then we discussed about how to create EC2 instances, how to connect EC2 instance using SSH protocol to the PuTTY server. Okay, and also we deployed one HTML web application also on that EC2 instance. And also we have successfully able to access that application also. So all these things in yesterday's class we have done. Now let me in today's class before begin that today's class, let me ask some let me ask you. See, did anyone try to deploy any application? Yesterday, I explained how to deploy a simple web application on the EC2 instance. Did anyone try? Yesterday, we done with one web application, that is checkout resource form. Yeah, that form. Yesterday we deployed. Anyone facing any errors? Have you tried this? Anyone have tried to deploy that application on EC2 instance? Okay, fine. If no errors, if no issues, let me move another topic. Okay. See, in today's class, I'm going to explain about Git and GitHub. We need to, and as a DevOps engineer, you have to understand Git and GitHub. Now, let me explain what is Git, why we need to understand this Git, where we use this Git and GitHub. Okay, okay. Firstly, let me explain what is exactly Git. Before I'm explaining this Git and GitHub, anyone know about this Git and GitHub? If you know about Git and GitHub, please share your words in the chat box. It would be better. Anyone will have know about? Anyone know about Git? What is exactly Git? You can just express your words using the chat box. If it may be right or not, it may be right or not. It's not a problem. You can just share uh, what you know about Git. Kalyani is texted. Git is a version control system. It will track changes in code. Yes, exactly correct. Funny. GitHub is a version control system where the user can save their projects, and even after the user PC crashes, or something happens, those projects will be in GitHub. Okay, but there is a little correction in your answer. Funny, Git is only version control system. GitHub is not a version control system. It is a service only. Okay. Okay, I got two responses from Kalyani and Funny. Whatever you said about Git and GitHub, exactly it is correct. Yeah, Lalita also texted, Git is a distributed version control system designed to track changes in source code during the software development. Yes, GitHub, on the other hand, is a web-based platform that hosts Git repositories. Yes, Git is a distribution version control system, or else, or we can call it Git is a tool. When it comes to GitHub, GitHub is the web-based platform that hosts Git repository. Whatever Lalita said, it is correct. Funny also correct. Kalyani also correct. Thank you guys. Thank you for responding. Okay. See, that is about Git. Okay, now let me brief about Git. Git is a version control system. Just now, our Kalyani and Lalita Fane said same whatever they said about Git and GitHub. See, Git is a distributed version, and also designed to track the changes. See, in generally development team develop their code for their application by using Git and GitHub. Okay, whenever you developing some after developing the code, sometimes you need to change your code. Sometimes you need to add some changes. You need to add some changes to your application or to your code. That time you need to track the changes. What changes were happen in your project or in your source code? How can you know that? That is the reason only we have a Git. Git is a version control system. It is a distribute, as Lalita said, it is a design. It is a distributed version control system designed to track the changes. That means if whatever changes will happen in your source code, you can easily track your changes. Okay, who did this change? For suppose your code having 170 lines. See, out of the 170 lines, it will track on particular line. Oh, this particular line, some changes have added. Okay, this particular line, some code has removed. So like this, Git is a version control system. You can easily track your changes. You can Git will let you know who did the changes, when changes were happened. All these things you can easily track by using the Git. So that is about Git. Okay, before explaining the Git, you have to understand Git stages. Okay, that means Git architecture. We can call it Git stages or Git architecture. Now let me explain with a flow chart. Then you can easily understand. Okay, see, let me draw it. Then only it is very very important to understand Git stages. Okay, whenever you want to develop any code, you have to you have to follow these stages. That means you have to travel among these stages. Okay, that is the reason only you have to understand about Git stages. Okay, now let me explain one by one. Firstly, workspace. Let me explain workspace. Workspace. Okay, what is workspace? See, workspace is nothing but where we are going to developing the code, where we are going to writing the code. That is called workspace. That means on workspace only we can able to develop the code, we can able to write the code, we can able to edit the code, we can able to add the code. That is called workspace. So that means workspace is the first stage in Git. So you have to understand this concept. Now let me, okay, that is about the workspace. Then you have to understand, let me make connection. Okay. Then you have to understand staging area. Second one is staging area or indexing area. Let me add some color. Staging area or indexing area. Okay. Then let me connect. Okay. See, this is the staging area. See, once you develop your code on workspace, then you have to move your code into the staging area. See, staging area or indexing area, it is virtual area. That means which is invisible. You cannot see the staging area or indexing area, but you can able to see this workspace area. But you cannot see the staging area or workspace or indexing area, which is virtual area. Okay, now let me explain another one, third one. See, this is the local repository. Third stage is nothing but local repository. Now let me add some color. Then you can easily understand local area. Okay. Now let me make connection. Firstly, let me add connection. Okay. Then local area. Then let me make the connection. Okay. Okay. See, firstly, you have to develop your code on workspace. Then you have to move your code into staging area. Once your code is available in staging area, then you have to then you have to move your code, or then you have to commit your changes into local repository or local area. We can call it local area or local repository. Let me rename, then it will be easy. Local repository or local area. Okay. Then you have to push your code into remote repository, which is called GitHub repository. That is the final stage. Okay. Now let me draw a stage. Let me add some color. Let me add some color. This is the remote repository, which is called as GitHub repository. Remote repository. Let me make connection between the local repository and let me make the connection. Yeah. See, these are the Git stages. In interview, whenever you attend any interview, then interviewer will ask you how many stages are there in Git. You can say 4 stages are there in Git. Okay. Among these 4 stages, which is invisible stage or area, you can say you can do answer like a staging area, indexing area is which is invisible, virtual area or which is invisible. Okay. This is the flow you have to follow whenever you want to store your project or code into GitHub repository. See, you have to understand these 4 stages. Firstly, you have to develop your code on workspace. Then you have to move into staging area. Then you have to move local repository. Finally, you have to push your source code or project into the remote repository, which is called GitHub repository. So clear about Git stages. That is about Git. Okay. Now let me explain GitHub. You have to know about GitHub also. See, there is a little bit difference. See, GitHub is nothing but it is source code management service, or it is a source code management service. That is about where you can store all our source code. See, now let me explain some difference between Git and GitHub. Git is a software, GitHub is a service, and also Git is a command line tool, but GitHub is a hosted on a web. That means As Lalita said, what he said, web-based platform. That means GitHub is a Git is a command line tool. GitHub is a web-hosted platform, and also it is you can install Git locally on your PC. But GitHub is provides a graphical interface. Okay, that is about Git and GitHub. Okay, regarding Git and GitHub, do you have any questions? You can ask. If no questions, I will move practical. So, how can we use Git? How can develop the code? How can we work with these four stages about workspace, staging area, local repository, remote repository. Okay, all these things. Now I'm going to explain. Before I moving practical session, let me know, do you have any questions regarding Git and GitHub? So you had to remember the difference. The difference is between Git and GitHub. It is Git is a tool, GitHub is a service. So please be clear on that point. Okay, that is about Git and GitHub. Okay. Yes, some, yeah, Tejashwi Mankanta. Yes, yes, whatever you said, correct, guys. Okay. Now let me, before I'm starting Git and GitHub practical sessions, how many of you having that GitHub account? Let me know in the chat box. How many of have GitHub account? Because of if you want, yes. Okay, Manikanta. Yes, I have. Because of if you want to work with Git and GitHub, you must require GitHub account. If anyone don't know about how to create a GitHub account, please let me know. I will explain how to create a GitHub account. If anyone, I think many people have a GitHub account. No need to explain how to create a GitHub account. Okay, fine. But let me explain within the two. It will take only 1 minute. Okay. Firstly, you have to visit github.com. Github.com. You have to visit github.com. It is the official website. See, if firstly you need one account, you have to create one account. You have to create one GitHub account, which is free of cost. You don't need to pay anything. It is absolutely free. Okay, if you look at my screen, if you already have account, just click on sign in. If you don't have account, just click on sign up. Already I have account, but let me explain how to create. See, firstly you have to provide your valid email. Okay, once you provide your valid email, then you have to click on continue. Then it will ask, please provide a username. See, you require one GitHub username. So that is the reason only. Next, you have to provide one username. Then you have to set up a password. Then click on create the account. Then it will create a account for you. Then you can then you can click on sign in. Then you can easily sign in into the GitHub account. Okay, now let me explain. Let me show you my GitHub account, what it will be, how it will be. Yeah. See, if you look at my screen, there are some repositories are available. These all are my repositories. If you look at my screen, storing, see, these all are my repositories. Okay, now let me explain what are the commands you have to know about Git. See, in Git, you have to know about firstly, you have to know some important commands. Now let me explain one by one. Firstly, you have to understand about, okay, let me mention one. See, Git status. See here, firstly, you have to know about Git status. Okay, let me create one folder. Okay, whenever you want to work with Git and GitHub, you must install Git on locally. Okay, let me explain already I have installed. Let me show you that one also. Let me open command prompt. Let me check the version. See, git space hyphen version. If you look at my scene, already I have installed Git on my local server. What is the Git version? 2.42.0. Okay, now let me explain how to install Git and Git. Just go to the Google, just type Git bash download for Windows. Okay, just click on Git bash. Okay, if you look at my screen, you have to click on first link. Okay, downloads Git. Okay, there is a Mac OS, there is a Windows, there is a Linux and Unix. You have to specify your OS operating system. If you're using Mac OS, you can just click on here. If you're using Windows, just click on Windows. If you're using Linux, Unix, just click on here. Now I'm using Windows. Just let me click on Windows. If you look at my screen, standalone installer. You have to go with your system type. I think yesterday I showed you how can you know that, how do you know that system architecture. See, my system architecture is nothing but 64-bit Git for Windows setup. Okay, if I click on here, it will download into my local server. You look at my screen, it is downloading. Git is downloading. Okay, now it's done. So this is how to download Git on local server. Okay, it's fine. Okay, now let me create one folder because of I want to develop some code. So that is the reason only you need to create one folder in your file manager. Let me create one folder. Let me go to my custom folder where it is. Okay, let me create one folder. Firstly, you have to create one folder. Okay. Let me give you a name. Demo hyphen git hyphen 2 p.m. 2 p.m. batch. Okay. This is the my file name, folder name. Okay. Let me open Visual Studio Code. Let me open Visual Studio Code. Click on here, look at my screen. Already I have opened one repository. Now let me open my file, whatever I just now I created. Left side top of the screen, there is option file. Just click on file. Okay. Just click on select. Click on open folder. Okay, open folder. You have to select your folder. Just now I created one folder named git hyphen demo hyphen git hyphen 2 p.m. batch. Where it is? Yeah, if you look at my screen, demo hyphen git hyphen 2 p.m. batch. So select that one. Click on select folder. Yeah. Okay. Open the terminal. Click on here. Open new terminal. Okay. Now we need to know the status. What is the status? Okay. Let me check. Let me execute git status command. Okay. If you look at my screen, already I have configured one previous repository. So that is the reason only it is telling one previous repositories. Okay. Now I want to remove. Now I want to remove this old repository. Now I want to add new repository. For that, firstly, you have to go to your GitHub repository. There you have to create new repository. Okay, now let me explain how to create a repository. Okay, how to create a new repository in GitHub. Okay, please observe the process. Then first you have to go to the your GitHub repository. Then come down. If you look at my screen, there is a option right side top of the screen. There is a option create new. So click on here. There is a option new repository. So click on new repository. It will redirect new page. See, create a new repository. Whenever you want to create any new repository, see right at upper screen there is a option plus symbol. Okay, beside the plus symbol there is a icon is but there is a button is available. Just click on here, new repository, import repository, new code space, new gist, new organization, new project. For now, we have to understand new repository. Okay. Now let me explain how to create a new repository. This is the owner name. Here you have to provide a repository name which is mandatory. Okay. Now let me provide demo git 2 p.m. batch. Okay, let me mention 2 p.m. batch. See, this is my demo git 2 p.m. This is my repository name. Okay, just calm down. Description. It is optional. If you want to give any description, you can give. Okay, for understanding. For suppose someone want to understand your repository. For them, you can give description. By seeing the description, others can easily understand, oh, this repository is for this repository is for this. So that is about description. Now I don't want to give any description. Now let me explain public and private. See, for suppose if your project is open source project, then you can go with public. If your project is not for suppose your project is not open source project, then you can go with the private option. See, whenever you create any repository with public mode, that means anyone can anyone can get your repository, anyone can get your code. That is about public. Whenever you create any repository with private mode, no one will access your repository because of it is in private mode. That means that is the difference between private and public. In real time, I think in real time we don't go with we should not go with public mode. We should go with private mode because of we have to secure we have to keep securely our source code, because that is the reason only in real time we should go with the private option. Now for demo purpose, I'm going with public mode. Okay. Okay, in readme file, it is if you want to add this readme file, you can add. Otherwise, you can leave it. Now I'm leaving. Okay, add dot ignore. Later we will understand this about. Okay, then you have to click on create repository. Okay, firstly you have to provide a repository name. Then you have to choose with either public or private mode. Then click on create repository. See, repository has created. Quick step if you are done this kind of thing before. If you look at my screen, this is my GitHub repository URL. Okay, this is my GitHub repository name. Now the task is you have to configure this repository with the terminal. Where my terminal is there? In Visual Studio. Visual Studio Code is my terminal. On Visual Studio Code, I want to develop. I want to write some code. After that, I want to store the code whatever I developed into this repository named demo-git-2pm-b. Okay, in this repository, I want to store my code. Okay, for that you have to configure your repository with your terminal. Now, for that, how can you know which repository has configured with my terminal? There is a command. Now let me explain that command also. Now let me explain. Whenever you want to know git remote -v. See, this command will help which repository has configured or associated with your terminal. Okay, now let me execute git remote -v command. Because of I want to check which repository has configured with my terminal. Git remote -v. Please remember this command. Just hit the enter. If you look at my screen, how many what are the repositories are configured? See, azure.py, azure.py.git, and also git-commit.commands.git2. Two repositories has associated with my terminal. So now I want to configure this my new repository. How can we do that? See, it has given clear commands. If you look at my screen, it has given clear commands. First time you are working with Git, you can go with these commands. Okay, already you are working with Git, you can go with this repository. Okay, now I already I work previously with different repositories, so that is the reason only I'm not going with first option. I'm going with these options. See, clearly it is telling create a new repository on the command line. Then what is the second one? Push an existing repository from your command line. Okay, that is the reason only I'm going with this option. See, first, whenever you want to add, whenever you want to configure your new repository with your terminal, see, you have to execute this command. What is the command? Git remote add origin. See, here origin is nothing but remote repository. Don't get confusion. The origin is nothing but a remote repository. Then you have to provide your repository URL. What is my repository URL? Just scroll up. You look at my screen. This is my report. This is my remote repository URL. What is the command to configure your remote repository URL? This is the command: git remote add git space remote space add space origin. Okay, origin is nothing but remote repository. Okay, now let me copy this command. Go to your command line or terminal, paste it, hit the enter. Okay, it is clearly telling remote origin already exists. What is that? Git hyphen git remote add. Okay, now let me check git remote hyphen v command. Okay, git hyphen commands dot git. See, we have to remove that previous one. Okay, let me remove, because of only it is telling remote origin already exist. So we have to remove previous one. Here I have two repositories. I have to remove these previous repositories because of I want to configure my new repository. Now let me explain how to remove that GitHub repository on our command line command line terminal. Okay, now let me explain. Now let me explain how can we do that. There is a command is available. Okay, just let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. Yeah. Okay. Fine. See, for whenever you want to delete any repository on local, see, firstly you have to remove that you have to remove that previous one. Now let me explain how can we do that. Okay, just you have to use git remote remove origin. Hit the enter. Okay, then you have to check git remote hyphen v. Okay, now let me remove. There is another one just available. Now let me that one also. Git remote remove new origin. See, if you look at my screen, here I have two type of repositories. One is new origin, one is only origin. So now, just now I removed this origin repo, this one. Okay, what is the command I have used here? Git remote remove origin. See, this is this what I mentioned here. So now I want to remove this repository also. Okay, now let me what I need to mention here, this one, new hyphen origin. Okay, let me mention, hit the enter. It's done. Now let me check git remote hyphen v command. See, this command will help to know which repository has configured with your command with your terminal. Okay, git remote hyphen v. Hit the enter. Nothing is there. Now you can add your new repository. Let me copy this command. Okay, Go to your terminal, paste it, hit the enter. Okay, now we have to check, we have to cross check, we have to do cross check because of whether it is associated with, whether it is configured or not with our terminal, What is the command? Git remote -v. Hit the enter. If you look at my screen, say I can able to see my new repository name. What is my new repository name? Git hyphen demo hyphen git hyphen 2 pm hyphen bit. See, this is my new repository name. Same name you can able to see here. Okay, this is how to configure your new repository with our terminal. Now we can perform our action. That means now we can able to develop, we can able to write our code. Okay, now let me check the status, because of whenever you want to begin, whenever you want to work with any with any with any GitHub repository, firstly immediately you have to check the status. How can you check the status? You have to use git status command. Okay, these all are the previous files, so we don't require this one. Okay, you don't require. Give ls. Okay, nothing is there. Okay, now let me create one file, because of I need to write some code. How can you write some code? Because of you have to create one file. Okay, let me create one file. See, click on here. Let me create one file, HTML login. HTML login. Hit the enter. Okay, this is my file, HTML login page. Okay, now I want to store my code. Now I want to store HTML login page code. Okay, let me get code from the W3 schools. Go to W3 schools, HTML login page. Okay, click on how to create login page. Click on try it yourself. See, now I want to store, now I want to push this code, or I want to store this code into remote repository. Okay, let me copy, then go to your terminal, paste it. Okay, we have to save. You look at my screen, the left side top of the screen, it is showing number one. Okay, because of you added, you did one change. Okay, you have to save. Okay, control yes. Then one has removed. Okay, that means I have stored, I have saved my file named html.login. If you give ls, see one file I can able to see here, html-login. If we check the status, git status, why these files are showing here? Untracked files, use git add file or into include will be committed. I don't require all these files. I don't require. Where my file is available, HTML login. HTML login. Okay. Let me, no changes added to commit. Give ls. Okay. Git remote -v. Okay. Let me go to my remote repository. Okay. Let me execute git init command. Let me execute git init command. Okay, initialize empty repository. Okay, it's fine. Now let me check the git status. Okay, okay, now it's fine. See, it is clear. It is telling what? Untracked files. See, that means my HTML login page. That means this code, whatever I developed, whatever I pasted some code here. See, the code is available on workspace here, where it is here. Now the my code named, what is the file name? HTML-login. The code is available in my workspace only. Now the task is ultimately I want to store this code into remote repository. See, directly I cannot store into remote repository from workspace because of between workspace and remote repository there are two stages. You have to pass these two stages. Then only you can able to save or push your source code into remote repository. So now the code is available whenever. See, please remember this word untracked files. Whenever you see this line untracked files, that means Git doesn't know about your code or your file. Okay, that is about untracked files. In interview, whenever you attend any interview, definitely they will ask what is untracked files. So that time you can say about untracked file is nothing but Git doesn't know about that file. That is about untracked files. So that means your code is available on workspace area only. Now the task is you have to move this HTML login page from workspace to staging area. Okay, what is the command? Okay, please remember this command, git add command. Git add command. Okay, this command will help to move your code from workspace to staging area, indexing area. Now let me execute git to add. Then you have to mention file name, which file you want to move to workspace area, see, to indexing area, staging area. Okay, now I want to move this HTML dot login file. Okay, now hit the enter. Okay, now I need to now I want to check whether my file is available. My file is available on workspace or staging area. How can you know that? What is the command? Git status. You have to check the status. Okay, then only you can able to understand your code is available on workspace or staging area. Okay, now let me execute git status command. Git status. If you look at my screen, there is no any untracked files. I cannot see that named untracked files. See, it is clearly telling changes to be committed. See, it is clearly visible in green color. That means just now I moved my file from my code from workspace to staging area. So this is that is the reason it is clearly telling new file. That means new file is added into your staging area. Okay, now the task is you have to now the code is available in staging area, indexing area. Now you have to move your code from staging area to local repository. Okay, how can you do that? There is a command. What is the command? Git commit. Git commit. See, git commit is nothing but whenever you added any code into staging area or indexing area, you must commit your changes into local repository. Please remember, git commit is nothing but you are going to committing your changes. What is the change? What is the change here? See, HTML login is the HTML file. HTML dot login file is the change because of that changes has been saved into in staging area or indexing area. Now you have to commit your changes to where? Into local repository. Whenever you want to move any code from staging area to local repository, you must use git commit command. Okay, now let me commit my changes. See, git commit. Okay, -m. You have to use -m. See, -m stands for message. Whenever you are going to commit, whenever you are going to commit any changes into local repository, you have to pass a message because of whenever you commit, every time it will generate a commit ID. By using this commit ID, you can know about okay how many commits are happening in my repository, how many what are the files I have added into my remote repository. How can you know that? By using the git commit ID only. For that, you have to pass a message whenever you are committing any changes from staging area to local repository. What is the command? Git commit -m. Then you have to pass a message between the colon, single quotation or double quotation. Now let me type a message added a HTML login page code. See, this is my code. End with double quotation. See, please remember this command: git commit -m. Then you have to write some message. Because of by seeing this message, you can easily identify. Oh, this commit is happened for this. This commit is happened for this. How can you recognize by seeing this committing message? So that is the reason only whenever you are going to commit, you must add a message. Okay, now hit the enter. Okay, you look at my screen, one file changed, 175 insertions. If clearly you can able to see here, how many lines are there? 175. 175 lines are there. Clearly it is telling 175 insertions, one file change. Because of I have only one file named HTML dot login. Now the task is, now the code is available on my local repository. Now we have to push this code into remote repository. This is the final step. How can you do that? There is a command. What is the command? Git push. You have to use git push. Okay, now let me explain how can we push. Okay, then you have to execute git push command. See, it is clearly telling fatal no configured push destination. That means I didn't specify any destination. That is the reason only it is clearly telling no configured path push definition. Please remember this error. I think you may get this error. That time you have to fix this error. Now let me explain how can we resolve this error. See, it is clearly telling either specify the URL from the command line or configure a remote repository using this git remote -add. Already we added our remote repository. Okay, again it is telling git remote add. Okay, it not a problem. Let me go to GitHub repository because of it has developed some commands. You look at my screen. Before pushing your code into remote repository, first time you are working with a new repository, you must specify branch name. Okay, let me copy this command. Go to your terminal. Paste it, hit the enter. Okay, now you can push your code. What is the command? This is the command. Okay, you can use this command or another command also. Let me explain that one also. Then you can easily understand. Right? It is difficult to remember this command. What is the command? Okay. We can use this command also. We can use this command also. Okay. Both will work. Okay. Now let me better to go with better to remember this command. Okay. Go to your terminal, paste it, hit the enter. Okay, fatal. Origin does not appear to be a Git repository. Could not read from repository. Please make sure you have the correct access rights. Already exist. Okay, fine. Let me execute this command. Let me execute this command. Go to your terminal, paste it. Okay, already exist. Let me check the status. Okay, git status. Okay. Now let me check git remote -v. Okay, nothing is there. Okay, fine. Let me add my remote repository. Let me add my remote repository. Okay, go to your terminal, paste it. Okay, now let me check git remote -v. Okay, it's fine. Now let me check the git status. Okay, it's fine. Now let me mention my branch. Okay, let me mention my branch. This is the branch. Go to your terminal, paste it, hit the enter. Okay. Then you have to push your code. This is the command to push. Okay. Let me see. It will ask why I'm being asked to the select an account. Okay. Select your account. Click on the continue. Yeah. Okay. Now successfully I pushed my code into my remote repository. How can we do that? Just go to your remote repository. Just click on your repository. If you look at my screen, HTML hyphen dot login code is just now I pushed my HTML login code into my remote repository 5 minutes ago. If you want to see your code, just open the file. See, now my code is available in my on my remote repository. So this is the workflow of Git stages. So firstly, you have to develop your code on workspace. Then you have to move staging area. Then you have to move local repository. Then you have to move remote repository. So that is about Git workflow. Okay, now let me explain. Now let me explain another command. Okay, you have to understand git revert command. Okay, you have to understand git revert command. Okay, now let me explain what is git revert command. Okay, for that let me create one file. Let me create one file. Index.html. Index.html. Okay, it's fine. Index.html. Okay, go. Let me get some code from W3 schools. Okay, let me get some code. Checkout form. Okay, I want to paste this checkout form code. You click on try it yourself. Control A, Control C. Go to your terminal, paste it your code. Okay, let me save. Come your terminal, execute git status command. If you look at my screen, now I can able to see untracked files. What is the untracked? What is that untracked file? In index.html file. The index.html. See, that means my index.html file is available on workspace. Git doesn't know about this index.html file. So that is the reason only you have to understand that git stages. Okay, now let me explain what is git revert command. Okay, let me explain why we use this git revert when we use this git revert command. Okay, let me explain one by one. Okay, okay. Go to my terminal. Go to my terminal. Let me move this my code, this my file, index.html file to staging area. See, you can mention file name. We can mention file name or we can mention dot. Okay, dot represents current directory. For suppose when we use git space add space dot. For suppose in your workspace you have multiple files. Okay, now the task is you want to add all multiple files into staging area. How can you do that? How can you add all multiple files into your staging area? You had to use git add command. Okay, generally we will use git add space file name. See, git add space file name, it will work for 2 files and 3 files. It is easy, but when it comes to you have 10 files or 20 files or 15 files. Okay, that time it is not possible. It is not possible to use git add space file name. So that time we can use git add space dot. See, dot represents current repository. That means you can able to add n number of files at a time by using git add space dot. Now hit the enter. Let me check the git status command. Now it is telling it is telling clearly, it is clearly telling changes to be committed. New file added into staging area. So now my file is available on my staging area. Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, uh, I need to edit my code. Okay. Now my code is available in my on my staging area. Okay. Now immediately I remembered, oh, I need to change some code. I need to remove some lines in my code. Okay. How can you bring back that time? You have to bring back your code from staging area to workspace. Again, you have to bring back. How can you do that? Okay. Now let me explain how can we perform that git reset. Okay. Let me explain how can we do that. See, git reset is nothing but when you just send the code into staging area or indexing area. Okay, how can we bring back? Okay, that is about git reset command, not git reset, not yeah, git reset. Okay, okay, by using git reset command, we can easily bring back any file, any code which is available staging area to workspace. Okay, now let me execute. Let me do that one also. Git reset, then you have to mention a file name. Okay, before bringing back that file from staging area to workspace, let me check the git status. Okay, please look at the my screen. It is clearly telling changes to be committed. Whenever I brought that file from staging area workspace, I can able to see this line untracked files. Okay, now it is showing changes to be committed. The file is visible in green color. Okay, whenever I brought back that file from staging area to workspace, we can able to see untracked files. Okay, now let me do that one also. Git reset, you have to mention file name, which file you want to bring back to workspace. Okay, index.html. Hit the enter. Okay, now let me check the status. Git to status. If you look at my screen, untracked file. Okay, untracked files, index.html file. Okay, now let me change some. Now let me add some changes because of I need to add some changes to my code. Okay, let me add some changes. Let me add. Okay, I am adding these 5 lines. Okay, copied. Hit the enter. Paste it. Okay, control save. Okay, now whatever I want to change some changes into my code. I have done that one also. Now I can able to now I want to push my code into remote repository. Let me do that one also. Now now you have to use git add space dot. Okay, now let me check git status command. See, it is clearly telling new file is added into staging area. Now you have to commit your changes into local repository. Now my code is available on my staging area. Now I want to move into local repository. Okay, what is the command? Git commit. Git commit -em. You have to pass a message added index.html file in with double quotation, hit the enter. Okay, it's done. If I want, check the git status command. You look at my thing, your branch is head of origin main by one commit. Use git push to publish your local commits. Okay, that means my code is available. My code is available on my local repository. Okay, now I remembered. Oh, I want to add some changes. I forgot. Okay, now I want to bring back a file, my code from local repository. But we know about how can we bring back a code any code from staging area to workspace by using git reset command. Okay, what about local? For suppose if you want to bring back your code from local repository to your workspace or staging area, how can you do that? What is the command? There is command is available that is about git revert. See, you will get confused about git reset and git revert command. Now let me explain the difference between git reset and git revert command. See, git reset will remove changes from git reset command will remove changes from staging area only, not from local repository or local area. But git revert command will remove your changes from local repository and staging area. That means you can easily remember this shortcut. Before committing, before committing, git reset command will work. After committing, git revert command will work. That means whenever you want to bring back your code into workspace before committing, you can use git reset command. Okay, whenever you want to bring back your code after committing, you can use git revert command. Okay, now let me explain. Let me bring back my code from local repository. Now the index.html file is available on my local repository. Now the task is I want to bring back my index.html file from local repository to staging area or workspace area. See, for that you had to use that command. What is the command? Git revert. Then you have to mention commit ID. Because of we have committed my I have committed my changes into local repository. See, whenever you committed any changes, see, whenever you use this commit git commit -em some message command, every time one commit ID will be generated. Okay, how can we see that commit IDs? Can just use git log command. Okay, if you look at my screen, I can able to see two commit IDs because of I have committed two files. One is HTML login file, one is index.html file. See, this is the commit ID. Okay, this is the commit ID. What is the message? Added index.html file. See, if you look at my screen, here you can able to see that message. By seeing this message, we can easily recognize, oh, this commit is for this. This commit is for this. Okay, you have to understand what is commit ID. See, commit ID is nothing but which is having 40 alpha numerical characters. Okay, but because of it is difficult to remember this entire commit ID. So that is the reason only you have to pass a message. By seeing this message, you can easily recognize this commit ID. This commit is for this. Okay, what is the second commit? This is the recent commit. This is the first commit. This is the first commit ID. This is the second commit ID. You can able to see message also. Added a HTML login page code. Okay, now I want to bring back my code from local repository to staging area. How can I do that? What is the command? Git remote, then you have to specify commit ID. Okay, that is the reason only you have to understand about git commit ID. Okay, let me execute git revert. Then you have to mention commit ID. Okay, which code or which file you want to bring back from local area or local repository. Okay, now I want to bring back this index.html file. Okay, copy the commit ID, hit the enter. Okay, it will ask to pass a message. If you want to give any message, you can give, or else you can leave. Okay, now you have to close this terminal. This is the file. It has opened. Now you have to open. You have to close this file. How can you close this file? On your keyboard, press escape. Please remember this command. If you want to close this file, on your keyboard, press escape :WQ. Hit the enter. Okay, it's fine. Okay, now you want to check the status. What is the command? Let me check git status command. Yeah. If you give ls, see, I don't have any file on my local. I don't have any file, that index.html file on my local repository. Okay, it is not available. Okay, it is available on my staging area, which is invisible. That is the reason only here I cannot here I cannot able to see that index.html file. Okay, this is how git revert command will work. Okay, next you have to understand git tag command. Okay, now let me bring back again this file. Let me bring back again this file. What is the command? Okay, now we don't need to bring back this file. It's fine. Now you have to understand git to tag command. What is git tag? See, git tag is nothing but you are going to giving a meaningful name to your commit IDs. See, generally in software development team, will do many commits in their project. So that time that there will be a lot of commits. So you have to filter out all commit IDs because of, oh, this commit is for this commit is for this. How can you remember? It is not possible to remember a number of commit IDs because of it is a 40 alphanumerical 40 alphanumerical letters. Okay, it is difficult to remember. So that is the reason only Git is offering Git to tag concept. That means you can give a meaningful name for your commits. Okay, let me let me mention. Let me explain how can we provide a meaningful name to our commit ID. What is the command? Git to tag command. Okay. Before that, you have to get commits, commit IDs. What is the command to get commit IDs? Git log command. Okay. It's fine. You look at my screen. I have me whatever name, whatever name you have Oh, sorry. I didn't see. Uh, I'm in mute. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me explain again from the beginning. I think I need to explain from the git to tag, right? Yeah. Thank you, Pranita. Just sorry. I didn't check. Okay. See, we have to understand git to tag command. See, git to tag is nothing but you are going to giving a meaningful name. For the why we need to use git tag commands. See, in generally there is a development team. See, development team, there are multiple developers. For suppose there are 10 developers in a development team. See, 10 developers are working for a project. See, in a day there are in a day there will be multiple commit IDs will happen. So that time you have to remember it is possible to remember all commit IDs. What is the commit ID? 40 alphabetical numerical numbers. See, this is the commit ID. It is difficult to remember this entire commit ID. So that is the reason only Git is offering git to tag command. Okay, git tag command. So now let me explain how to provide a meaningful name. Okay, for that let me create one file. Then you can easily understand. Okay, let me create one file.
Sir, are you sharing the screen?
My screen is not visible.
No, it's not visible.
Oh, sorry. I think I'm sharing. That is the fault, my fault.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Yeah. Okay. Let me explain from the beginning about git tag. Now we are in git tag. Okay. See, what is git tag? See, git tag is nothing but you are going to assign a meaningful name to your commit ID. In general, if you take generally in development team, there will be multiple developers are there. See, in a day, multiple commit IDs will be happen. So that time you have to remember for this commit ID is for this commit ID is this for this. See, generally it is difficult to remember this entire commit ID. So that is the reason only Git is offering git tag command. So by using git tag command, you can assign a meaningful name to your commit ID. So that you can easily remember, oh, this commit ID is for this commit ID is for this. Okay. Now let me create a file. Then you can easily understand demo.html. Okay. Let me add some code. Let me add some code. Let me get some code from W3 schools. This time I'm adding contact form code. Click on try it yourself. Control A, Control C. Go to your terminal. Control V. Save the file. Okay. ls. Okay, file is there. Check git status command. Okay. See, untracked file. The demo.html file is available on my workspace only. That means Git doesn't know about this demo.html file. Okay, we have to move this file into staging area. Okay, it's done. Can check git status command. Now, changes to be committed. Now you want to commit your changes into local repository. How can you do that? Git commit, pass a message, added demo.html file, hit the enter. Okay, if we check the git status, okay, nothing is there. That means now the file is available on my local repository. If you check git log command, you will get all commit IDs. Okay, these are the commit IDs. You want to just scroll up. Okay, this is the recent commit ID. If you look at my, what is my commit message? Added demo.html file. This is my recent commit ID. This is my first commit ID. already I have assigned a name for this first commit ID, sample hyphen code, and also I added another commit ID also, but it is not there. Okay, it's fine. Now let me assign a name to this commit ID. Okay, how can you do that? Git to tag hyphen a, then you have to mention, then you have to provide a name for your commit ID. It could be anything, you can give whatever you want. Okay, let me give let me give web hyphen code. Okay, this is my tag name. Then you have to pass a message. Then you have to pass message hyphen em added a name, for my commit ID, or else you can mention two also. Okay, now end with quotations. Then you have to mention commit ID, because of you have to tell this command to which commit ID you are going to assign a name. Okay, this commit ID. Just please copy the commit ID. Copy. Just scroll down, paste it, hit the enter. Okay, you can check git commit IDs by using the git log command. If you look at my screen, there is a name, web hyphen code tag name. This is my recent ID. So now I don't need, now there is no need to remember this commit ID. So because of I have a assigned a git tag, because of there is I have assigned a meaningful name to my commit ID by using git tag. So by seeing this name, I can easily recognize, oh, this commit ID is happens, this commit ID is happen for this commit ID is happen for this. So this is how these are the necessary commands you have to know. Git remote -v, git to add, git to commit, git to push, git to reset, git to revert, git to tag. Okay, then let me push. This code into my remote repository. Git push. Okay. Yeah. Just go to your remote repository. Where it is? Here, I think. Yeah. Open. You look at my screen. Demo.html file is available. Okay. Now you need to understand about git pull command. Okay. Then you have to understand git pull command. What is git pull command? See, git pull command is all about whenever you did any changes in remote repository. What is remote repository? In the GitHub repository. Okay. Whenever you added any changes in remote repository, you can easily know about your changes by using the git pull command. For suppose you are working on a project, unfortunately you went on a leave for 3 days. Okay, but during the 3 days, remaining your colleagues or developers still are working on your project. Okay, after 3 days of your leave, you came to the office. Then you want to know during these 3 days how many changes, what are the changes were happened into my project, into my remote repository. How can you know that without asking your team? There is a concept, there is a command is available, git pull command. Okay, you can use by using the git pull command, you can know about what changes are happened into your remote repository. Please remember, whenever you did any changes here, local repository, git pull command will not work. Okay, git pull command will work whenever you did any changes, whenever you do any changes in remote repository or GitHub repository. Okay, now let me do some changes. Okay, open my demo.html file. See, if you want to do any changes, you have to click on edit this file option. Okay, click on. Just come down. Let me add some. Let me add. Let me copy. I'm going to add this code. Okay, I added. Then you have to commit your changes. Okay, click on right side top of the screen. You have to click on commit changes. Okay, commit changes. Again, click on commit changes. Okay, done. If you look at my screen, updated, update demo.html file now only. Now I want to see these changes on my local repository. How can I do that? How can I see? By using git pull command. Okay, now let me execute git pull command. Let's see. See, if you look at my screen, it is clearly telling one file change, 7 insertions are happened. Okay, it is clearly telling 7. Okay, because of I did, I see clearly the file name also it is telling demo.html file. Okay, in this file, have added some changes. 7 lines are added. Okay, this is how about the git pull command. Okay, what about so for suppose you did some changes on local repository, not a remote repository. How can you know for suppose you did any changes on local repository, you want to know the changes. How can you know that? There is a command is available that is about git fetch command. See, git fetch command is all you get git fetch command is nothing but to know the changes in local repository. Git pull command is to know the changes in remote repository. So that is about git pull and git fetch. Okay. Till now, do you have any questions? You can ask. I think. Okay, Srivani has posted one question. Sir, what is the repository name? See, whenever you are going to create any repository, you must provide a repository name because of you have to know for what purpose, for which purpose, on which project you are going to work. So that time you have to know about you have to give a repository name that is about repository name. Next question also, Srivani. What means of sir? What is the repository name or URL? Okay. See, whenever you create any new repository, every time for every repository, we'll have one repository, one URL. Because of see, development team will develop their code. They will push their code into remote repository. Now, the code has to share with other teams like DevOps team, Q testing team. Because of testing team also has to check the code. DevOps team also has to deploy their application. So how can they will get code? That is the reason only we have a URL. So that means the development team will share the URL with the testing team and DevOps team. Then by using this URL, development DevOps team and testing team will clone or will fork the repository to into their GitHub repository. So that is the reason only we need one GitHub repository URL. So that is for Srivani questions. Okay, funny add URL in Git remote. Okay, I added. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, sir. How to know changes from particular commit? If you want to know the changes for particular commits, you can see about commit IDs. You can use git log command. See here, they will pass a message. See, this is the message. Okay, by seeing the message, or also by seeing this tag name, you can easily understand the changes. Okay. Sir, what about to explain? Sir, can you explain about the pull request process? Okay. See, there is a remote in remote repository. Whenever someone change any changes, any add. So let me explain. Someone will do some changes into your on your remote repository. So that time you have to know how many changes, what changes are happen on my remote repository. So that time you can use git pull command. Just you have to execute git pull command. Okay, then you will get, see, already up to date because of I didn't change anything on my remote repository. AJSV, I think you got my point. Yeah. Okay. Now let me explain some other commands also. You have to understand some other commands also. See, git clone. You have to understand git clone command. See, git clone command will help to clone a repository from remote repository to into your into your server. See, for suppose this is my repository. I have some code on my remote repository. Now I want to clone. Now I want to clone this entire code into my server. How can I do that? You have to use git clone command. Okay, that means you are going to downloading or you are going to copying your entire repository into your server. Okay, let me explain how to do that, how to do it also. Okay, click on code. You have to copy your repository URL. Let me open my command prompt. Let me open my command prompt. Okay, let me choose folder. Okay, workspace. Okay, okay. See, now I want to clone this repository into my local server. Okay, this repository is available on my remote repository. Now I want to clone this remote repository into my local server or virtual server. Okay, how can I do that? You have to use git clone command. Okay, let me do that one also. Copy the URL. Click on code. Copy the URL. Please make sure you have to copy HTTPS URL only. Don't go with SSH, GitHub, CLI. Okay. Now let me go to command prompt. Just you have to use git clone command. So this is the command. Then you have to mention your URL. Hit the enter. See, it is cloning. If we give the dir, let me explain. If you look at my screen, demo hyphen git hyphen 2 hyphen 2 git hyphen 2 hyphen 2 pm hyphen b, it is available. Okay, let me open that repository, paste it, hit the enter, give dir. If you look at my screen, I can able to see demo.html file, html.login page. Okay, this is how this is about git clone command. Then you have to understand git fork command. Git fork. See, git fork, there is let me explain. Okay, git fork command. See, git fork command is nothing but for suppose you want to copy a repository from one repository to another repository. For suppose it is the demo git 2pm-b repository is available in my remote repository, in my GitHub repository. Now you want to copy. Now you want to get this repository into your remote repository, not local repository. Okay. How can you get it? If you look at my screen, on my screen there is an option is available fork. Okay. That means you can easily fork any repository from one GitHub repository to another GitHub repository. Okay, for your understanding purpose, let me explain that one also. Let me go to others. Let me go to others repository. Let me go to others repository. Let me go to Let me go to others repository. Yeah. See, this is the another others repository. Let me go to repositories. If you look at my screen, now I want to copy where it is. Yeah. Now I want to copy this Oracle web app repository into my GitHub repository. How can I do that? Just open that repository. If you look at my screen, there is a fork is available. See, it is clearly telling fork your own copy of msocial 123 Oracle web app repository. Okay, just click on fork. Again, click on create fork. See, now I can able to, now the repository is available on my remote repository. You look at my screen, you see forked from msocial123 repository name Oracle web app. Okay, that is about git clone, git fork command. Okay. Regarding this, anyone have any questions? You can ask. So we have this till so far we have discussed 11 commands, git 11 git commands. Those are necessary commands. Okay, sir, please send me the notes of the classes. These notes are that about commands, Srivani? Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, you can check out the chat box. Okay, Tanduri Pranita. Can you share the notes of today's class, sir? Yes, yes. Today's class and yesterday's also, no? Yesterday, what I explained. Oh, I think that PDF you are asking. Yesterday, I used one PPT, right? Yeah, okay. I will, I will send it into the chat box. Just now only. Give me 1 second. Just 1 second. I will send you. Let me get it where it is. Cloud computing introduction. Cloud computing introduction. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Cloud computing introduction. Okay. Now let me. Now I'm sharing. Okay. Let me share it. Cloud computing PPT. Okay, you can check out. Sorry, I sent only Srivani, not for everyone. Let me send again for everyone. Hmm. It is sending. It is sent. Guys, please check out that chat box. I uploaded that PPT, yesterday's PPT, cloud computing introduction. Okay. Regarding to yesterday's and today's class, anyone have any questions? Please ask. I will explain. Please don't hesitate to approach me. Be free. I don't mind anything. You can ask about any doubt. I want to same like this today class also, sir, please. I want to same like this today class also, sir, please. I think PPT, or PDF. Okay. Okay, let me provide. Mm, Get the material. Sasikarna. Okay, let me check where it is available. Let me check. Get material. This one, I think. Yes, this one. Get material. Okay. Mm, Go to downloads. Where it is available. Where it is Git. This one. It is sending. Okay. Check out the chat box. Just now I uploaded a Git material also. You can go through on this. Anything else you need? Okay, it's okay, fine. Please try to practice at your free time. Then only you can remember all these commands. See, it is these commands are very easy. If you are not practicing, okay, you cannot able to remember these commands because of here there are multiple commands. You have to know, you have to remember the command, and also you have to remember the purpose. Then only it will be worth. Otherwise, it will not worth. Okay. Please try to practice at your free time, and also please try to deploy a simple web application on EC2 instance. Yesterday, I explained that one also. Okay. Please try to, whenever you are doing practice, generally you will get some errors. Okay. Please come up with your errors or questions, doubts. Then I can able to help you guys. Okay. Once again share the material of Git, sir. Pranita is asking. Yes, Pranita, I will share again. Where it is. Is loading. Yeah, now it's sent. Pranita, check out the chat box. Yeah, okay, Pranita. Okay, please keep practice. Otherwise, you will forget all the commands. Okay. Have any questions? You can ask. Okay, we have left 2 minutes. This is all about Git and GitHub. Please remember the difference between Git and GitHub. Git is a tool, GitHub is a service. Git is a command line interface, command line tool. Git is a web hosted platform. GitHub is a web hosted platform which is offering with free of cost. You don't need to pay anything. You can utilize that GitHub repository. Okay. And also please try to remember the stages, whatever I explained using the flow chart. Okay, it is very well, it will help you. Yeah, the stages. Okay, definitely you will get one question in interview. Definitely you will get one question from these stages, Git stages. Okay, please remember that stages, workspace, staging area, which is a virtual or invisible area, local repository, remote repository. Remote repository is nothing but GitHub repository. Okay. Whenever you see the untracked files line, that time you can blindly say Git doesn't this file, Git doesn't know about this file. That is about untracked files. That means your code is available on workspace area only or workspace stage only. Okay, that is about two stages. Okay. Okay, now our time is 4 p.m. Okay, if no questions, we will wind up our session. Okay, guys. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, thank you. Please try to practice. Please, while you are doing practice, definitely you will get some errors. Please take a screenshot. Please come up with tomorrow. In tomorrow class, we will discuss about that errors, and also tomorrow we are going to discuss about Docker. Okay, what is Docker? Why Docker? Why we need to understand this Docker? Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. See you in tomorrow's class.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, dear students, I hope everybody marked the attendance. I shared the attendance link in the chat box. If not, those who are joining from the classroom directly and watching the session via smart TV, so I'm sharing the QR code. So please scan the QR and mark your attendance. I will pop up this QR code for next 2-3 minutes. Okay. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you, for joining the session. I'm sharing the attendance link once again in the chat box. So please mark your attendance and share your valuable feedback. And we'll see you on tomorrow at same time on a day 4 of our DevOps program. Thank you so much for attending the day 3. So have a nice day. Take care of yourself and take care of your family. Bye bye.